This is the NARWAL Freo Z10 robot vacuum and mop combo, and in this video I'm going to give you my quick review, sharing my experience, and talking about why I picked this smart cleaning robot for my own home. What you're looking at is an all-in-one robot that's pretty sleek and impressively packed with technology. I was honestly a little skeptical about robot vacuums, but I wanted something that's actually going to save me time, and after living with the Freo Z10, I think it gets a lot of key things right. Though there are a few things worth noting if you're thinking about getting one for yourself. Let's start with what this looks like and how it's set up in my space. The Freo Z10 has a compact, modern design. The robot itself is low profile and circular, so it moves under my couch in tight spots without a struggle. The real head turner, though, is the docking station. It's a bit hefty and does grab attention in the room, but there's a reason for that. This thing is packed with features, and I'll get into why having a big base station can actually be a good thing, even if you need to find enough floor space for it. From my experience, setting up the Freo Z10 was simple. Once you unbox it, you can connect it to the app, but if you don't want to use your phone, there are physical buttons right on top of the station for starting, stopping, or sending the robot home. The app does make things much easier, letting you select rooms, set schedules, and see maps of your house as the robot learns where everything is. It basically uses LiDAR on top, so it can build an accurate map of your place and figure out where to clean and where to avoid. One of my first worries was about hair tangling in the brushes. With pets at home, this always became a problem for my old vacuums, but the Freo Z10 has what they call a DualFlow Tangle-Free System, and it actually works. It uses special side brushes with a dynamic movement that helps loosen hair, which then gets sucked up by the roller. I was impressed after weeks of use, because I still haven't had to stop and untangle either pet hair or my own long hair from the brushes, which is honestly a relief. Speaking of suction, the Freo Z10 pulls in debris and dust at 15,000 psi, which is plenty for my needs. I'm not techie when it comes to measuring suction, but I notice when things are clean or not. I use it mostly on hard vinyl floors with the occasional rug, and it picks up everything, including those stubborn little bits of dirt that usually get missed. If it senses extra dirt, it automatically boosts suction for those areas, so it adapts as it goes. Now, let's talk mopping, something that finally convinced me to invest in this robot. The robot has two spinning mop pads underneath. What's cool is how it does this extend and swing movement to actually reach corners and the edges right up to my furniture, which is where most robot mops fail. It's perfect for kitchen toe kicks and makes those areas look freshly cleaned. The mop uses downward pressure, so it can even handle dried coffee stains or muddy footprints that get tracked in. The station washes and dries the mop pads with hot water and hot air, which I find super helpful. It automatically detects if an area is still dirty by checking the water it's collecting, and if it hasn't cleaned enough, it'll go back and run over the area again. One thing I noticed, and this might matter if you have a big space like I do, is the mopping feature. It can use a lot of water when you select the AI mode, which means it sometimes needs refilling before the whole job is done. The tanks for clean and dirty water sit under the top lid of the docking station, and you'll probably need to refill or empty them after a session or two if you have lots of rooms. This was slightly annoying during the first week, but once you get a routine, it's manageable. My tip, if you're mapping the house, consider merging smaller rooms into larger areas, so the robot doesn't keep running back for a water change after cleaning a tiny section. As for vacuuming, I like that the dust canister in the robot is easy to pop out. Maintenance is pretty low, mostly emptying the dust bag in the base station once every few weeks and giving the mop tray a rinse under the sink. NARWAL says it stores dust for up to 120 days, but realistically, with pets, I need to check on it at least once a month. The HEPA filter is replaceable, and you can also rinse it if needed. The brushes, mop pads, and roller are all easy to swap out if they wear down, and you can take the mop pads off and toss them in the washing machine, which makes things less fussy. Let's talk navigation. The robot uses what they call millimeter-precise obstacle avoidance. It's true most of the time, and it's pretty clever about not bumping into things, although if there's a stray charging cable or sock, it sometimes still gets stuck and needs help. But it knows not to ram into chair legs or scratch up furniture. Once, it did miss a few pet hairs on the edge of my rug, but honestly, I didn't expect perfection. No robot gets every last bit, especially around some carpet edges. Noise-wise, it's quiet enough that you can run it while watching TV or working from home. I find I barely notice it in the background unless it's emptying dust, which is a bit louder, but thankfully quick. If you care about smart home integration, this robot is ready to go. I connected it to Alexa, so I just ask for a cleanup and off it goes. Voice commands work fine, but I still prefer using the app because of the flexibility, setting do not enter zones and checking where it's already cleaned. From my experience, the only real downside is how much water it uses while mopping and how large the base station is. You have to make room for it in your laundry or living area, and if you want to deep mop your whole house, be ready to refill water more often than you'd probably expect. Still, the time it saves easily makes up for those minor hassles. I haven't pulled out my manual mop in weeks. I'd recommend this for anyone who has a busy schedule, pets, or family members with long hair. If you want something that's hands-off, tackles daily messes, and actually scrubs floors without needing constant intervention, NARWAL Freo Z10 does the job. The tangle-free tech and self-cleaning base are key features that made my life a lot easier. In conclusion, the NARWAL Freo Z10 robot vacuum and mop combo isn't perfect, but it covers almost all the boxes for me. The tangle-free design means less maintenance, the powerful suction and smart mopping leave my floors looking spotless, and the self-maintaining station means I don't have to babysit it. There are a few small issues with water consumption and station size, but they don't outweigh the benefits. If you're considering a robot that really works for both vacuuming and mopping, and want something that lets you forget about daily cleaning chores, this one is definitely worth a look. If you found this quick review helpful or have any questions about the features, let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more honest videos like this. Thank you for watching.